This is the Broncos team that was shooting close to 50%, now down to 40%.
Cardenas with the teardrop inside. Big time product, especially in China. Baseline, Degenhardt. Rebounded Stanley. Loose shot clock. Pina. Cardenas, extra dribble, and backs it down. His brother, Jack's coming here next year. Hayward, step back, Jay. Cardenas, Stanley, Degenhardt, Meadow. Cardenas, crazy. He's got some John Stockton in. Look at that.
Yeah, but
There's Jack with 11 already. He can go.
It does. You know, it's interesting, too. Coach Rice talked about this. We want to get up into him. There was about the three-point line, but the more you get into him,
Cardenas, nice.
That's the more you get in.
Buchanan the other way. Nice feed to Meadow. Rises deep. Batted around. Kicked out. Cardenas.
6 quick points. He's got to cut this lead down right now.
He's got 7.
Yeah, I mean, he's wide open, though, so part of the scouting report is to lay back off him a little bit, but he's making him pay.
Cardenas answers on the other end. He's going to be a great player.
Listen, if he has a really good start of the year next year, I think we can point to this tournament as the turning point to when Evan Hayward kind of gained his confidence.
Cardenas left hand over Biz. Points on Monday against Utah. He averages 4. He's got 9 on 4 or 5 shooting. Cardenas held it up high.
Of forcing turnovers.
Oh, look at that. Just as we say it, though, Degenhardt creates a turnover. Look at that. Cardenas. 2 guys that know where one another are on the floor. On his own, after he had worked with Mark Few for quite some time. Mark was so into what they were doing from an offensive standpoint that defensively he kind of had charge and command of things. So one of the things he wanted to do as a head coach was bring in other guys that had been in head coaching positions. And it's really paid off for him. Here's Cardenas from downtown.
Yeah, you talked about Cardenas earlier in the 5 of 8 from deep and 9 rebounds. Clifford, no good.
And, you know, more than that, it's what they did and how they were playing when that team came in. The team was playing bad, and they just changed everything.
First team all-conference. There's a lot of hardware on the floor right now. That's a steal. Cardenas goes under the bucket, protects his layup. Nolan, step back. It's short. Boise State is the best rebounding team in the Mountain West Conference, and they showed it yesterday in their win. They were plus 12 against San Diego State. That doesn't happen often against the Aztecs. Little push shot and a bucket, and just like that. Why not? Meadow offensive rebound. Boise State is the best rebounding team in this conference.
Well, I'm okay with that shot if I'm Leon Rice, because your freshman Carmichael is at 2 fouls to give if they want to use one here.
About 3-second differential on the clock. Cardenas gets a screen. Mismatch with Heidi switching off. Step back, 3. Oh, that's pretty from the spin. Great free throw shooting team, 78%.
And they do a great job of taking advantage. And when they get you in the bonus, they did really do a good job of trying to emphasize getting to the line.
Tough to penetrate in the middle against San Diego State. So Cardenas launches a 3. We're under 5 minutes. So much on the line here. Cardenas. Step back. Got the 3.
Back tap. One of those little plays that R.J. Keene does so often. About a third bite at the apple for Cardenas. And it falls.
On the interior.
You say curveball, I say wrecking ball. Meadow. Difficult. Deflected. Look who's there. Cardenas! And he puts it up and in.
Little spin off the glass. Guy and Evans
is giving Boise State fits right now.
7 straight games in double figures. The sophomore from Kansas City.
You're right. I mean, Colorado State's defense, especially early in this game, physical. They stunt to the basketball, Exhibit A with Ethan Morton. They just rotate to the next guy so quickly.
Cardenas behind the back. From the elbow, a contested 2.
Excellent career here for Leon Rice.
Bowen Bourne on a weak side rebound to Cardenas. You're right about Meadow. He's averaging better than 19 points per game over the last 4. Cardenas. Williams in deep. Trying to find daylight. 1 and done for the Rams. Broncos surging over the last 2 minutes. Step back 3, Cardenas. 6-0 burst here for the Rams. Clifford could not extend it. An empty trip for Colorado State.
I want to see a ball screen right here. Set it. Find something to happen here. Nice move.
Sometimes it's as simple as putting your...
Defensively, doesn't have any false moves, knows exactly where to do and what to do, and anticipates the ball extremely well. And Utah State in this token 3/4 court press.
They did call a loose ball foul on Templin, but I can't remember off the top of my head which game it was. But Martinez had a game where he scored 17 points in the second half after going scoreless in the first, and they won that game because of him. Nice find by Carmichael. Cardenas lines it up, and it's down. Cardenas, what do you think about his game?
I think he's young, he's learning, true freshman, 2-time Idaho State Player of the Year. He's got a terrific body and good quickness, but when you're playing beside a guy like Cardenas, Exhibit A, you're going to have to
look for Nevada offensively, as Davidson has another 3. Not quite there, but I have not seen, and maybe this is because of the lineup change, I haven't seen Sanders play the point guard spot out of the post all season, really.
That's where Nevada feels like they have an advantage, because it's 6'9" over the top. And Cardenas, he loves this left dribble step.
Cardenas, deflected. Comes up with it and rolls it in.
Not quite a knockout round here, but for Boise State, feels like a must-win. They've not beaten anybody above them in the standings. And they're running out of time. 2.5 weeks left in the Mountain West schedule.
If you look at their overall resume, they're net solid at 47. It's actually higher than San Diego State, who most bracketologists have in the tournament at this time. But you got to beat the teams above you in the standings the rest of the way out.
Cardenas, corner three. With a three, he's a 41% shooter from distance.
But that's what he does. You have to understand on his scouting report, 58 of his 71 field goal attempts coming into tonight are from three.
Cardenas. Dent. That was short. Buchanan. Broncos don't have a lot of guys that can create their own shots. Cardenas, step back three. Yes! In the lane, McKinney left hand. Broncos with the rebound, 10-10. Both coaches talked about throwing the first punch tonight. The physicality in this game. Pearson Carmichael, the freshman, in for Boise State. Meadow, who opened the game with 7 points. Cardenas, great shot fake and finish. Binds, 3 of 11, 9 points.
In Cardenas, he's more of a playmaker, but with the switches with Coleman Jones is doing a terrific job of staying in front. He probably has to do a much better job of trying to get into the paint, even though Coleman Jones is guarding him.
Ubo out high, Cardenas. Broncos were in a late shot clock a lot in the first half. Cardenas partially tipped, and it goes.
Davis had his matchup against Cardenas and has done a great job defensively. Now you see McKinney doing the same thing and trying to make it tough, but multiple guys guarding Cardenas is really good because he's such a great point guard that you need that type of effort from more than one player.
Cardenas against McKinney, falling away, got it.
It's a great play.
DJ a little bit long on that one. DJ, the leading scorer for the Spartans, coming over from Utah State, was a 6th man of the year last year. And a great get for Miles in this squad. But there's a grit. DJ to the rim.
Again, San Jose State being really aggressive here early on in the second half.
Cardenas turns on the Jets and gets the left hand and scores. Bumping, grinding, out of room, baseline shot. And Spartans fail to get the defensive rebound.
Nice smart tip out by Dagenhart. I love it when players know that they aren't in position to get the rebound and you just tip it out.
Cardenas just dribbling around, sees an opening, gets to the basket and scores. We don't like about the college basketball game as Davis goes to the basket, but one thing that a lot of the transfer mania has done is it's given a lot of D2, JUCO, and NAIA players a chance to shine on this level.
It gives them a chance to find the place where they fit, where they're needed, where their skill set is needed, and they can go in and have a lot of success. And Buchanan is an example. Yeah, I love you bringing up the assist to turnover ratio. Is a great decision maker who takes care of the ball. So offensively, where Boise State is quite efficient as an offensive team, you know you're going to get good looks.
Carmichael harassed by Eduje. Spins away. Shot clock's going down again. Here's Cardenas. Straight away.
Corner three. Carmichael back of the rim. Keene grabs the rebound from the elbow. Cardenas, second chance, 3 opportunity. That one goes well to help boost Boise State's low scoring first half overall. Both teams shooting below 40%. Starters on the floor to begin half number 2. Including Emmanuel Ugbo, limited minutes. Usually starts, plays the first couple of minutes of each half, and then comes to the bench. Now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Remember, UNLV trailed by as many as 12 points in the second half against Nevada last time out. Came back to tie that one with 1:17 left. They played a handful of close games down the stretch. Final possessions. All Mountain West play long. Cardenas spins and has the soft touch.
Him establishing low post presence and putting foul pressure on Degenhart because he doesn't want to get in foul trouble because he is such a valuable part to Boise State's attack.
6 in a row for UNLV. It's down to 8. Degenhart screens for Cardenas. Gets it off the glass here that have fit that script. Whether it's the Air Force game or the San Jose State game that they had. Foul trouble on the Boise State side. Cardenas just picked up his 3rd. He remains in. Stanley with those 4 personals. Cardenas, they won.
Has the 2nd most wins in Mountain West Conference history as well, to only San Diego State's Steve Fisher.
That's an impressive resume. They went 13-5 last season on their way to an NCAA tournament bid.
Degenhart on the block, kicks it back out. Cardenas will let a 3 fly. He knocks it down. Under a minute left here in the first half. Degenhart with 10 points to lead all scorers. Cardenas with just 1 assist leads the Mountain West Conference in dimes per game. Loses Rollison, gets to the corner, and a tough seconds to work with it here. As the 3rd free throw rolls out, it's Cardenas sprinting down the floor. 2-1. Cardenas unimpeded to the cup. Goaltend's going to count the. Cardenas the roll. Ugbo collapsed upon, kept alive. Who else but it's Keene. Cardenas, his triple. It's good. It's the lead to 9 and ends a nearly 4-minute scoring drought for the Wolfpack.
That is Sanders' first made field goal of the game. This is a player who is 11th in the Mountain West in scoring.
Cardenas, some mid-air turn.
That's a nice move by Clifford, and Joppa kind of screamed Degenhart.
Well, interesting decision for Medved to start Joppa instead of Jorgensen, who's the first big off the bench. He said it's a chance for them to keep their rotations as similar as possible with Bemba out.
Crowd still standing until Boise State scores. Cardenas can score and distribute, and his floater in the lane is good. And everybody, like an earlier model of a Dan Dickow. Clifford, a 3, and he missed it. Broncos a good rebounding team, one of the best in the conference, plus 8.6. Omar Stanley backing in against Clifford. Clifford's a big guard, but he can guard 1 through 3. Cardenas, all the Broncos had a tough time there last time out. That's Clifford, and that's goaltending. That's Bowie, who's hitting in Mountain West play 52% from distance. Cardenas with the steal and the run out and the layup. Terrific. Hasn't played well this year to crack into the rotation, but with Bemba's illness, Joppa gets the start. And he's got 6 points in this game to go with 2 rebounds in 7 minutes. Cardenas looks at the clock. That's a 3. He is really playing at a high from the field for their opponents from the 3-point line, and 40% field goal shooting overall. Those are all great defensive metrics.
Shot clock winding down. Got to recognize.
Cardenas recognizes. And I think a win right now for Colorado State is rebounding. They're +1 against the team that's plus 8.6 rebounds a game. Boise State. Cardenas so sweet with that left hand. Evans driving. Blocked. Buchanan got it. Blocked again. Degenhart got it. And an opportunity here for the Broncos to get closer or to tie.
I'd go back to Degenhart on the low block. He scored the last couple of possessions.
Pick and roll. Cardenas stopped, falling away, and he gets the bucket. Goodness.
So you'd imagine it'll be more ball screen actions and different looks for Cardenas to get into the paint and set the table for his teammates.
It's amazing how different the Broncos looked on offense with Cardenas not in the game. And that was an issue for Boise really all last season, trying to find the answer at point guard. Cardenas has been that answer all the way to the hoop. My, oh my.
Pass from Nelly Jr. Joseph.
It was a week ago, Mike DeCourcy had New Mexico as the last team in on his bubbles. Cardenas finally.
Mario Belic going to work. And Cardenas pulls out a rebound. He's good at that as well. Averages over 2.5 a game. Well, he can shoot it too.
A pretty nice job defensively on him too. That was just a tough shot.
Started his career at Fort Lewis College. You wonder how a guy this good made it that low under the radar of collegiate coaches.
Yeah, Garrett, a lot of kids, you know, after 2 or 3 years in college, they just blossom. They just bloom and become this player that you never thought they would be.
Cardenas, the soft touch. In her first game back on the floor after beating that disease, she hit a buzzer beater. And Julian said that's been a moment that's inspired his basketball career. Oh, my! They are absolutely peaking tonight. A 41-point lead as they play in the second half. Koyanet Smith with the floater. Cardenas. He's not going to miss that.
Boise State is in that area themselves. They've got to really make sure they finish off possessions.
Cardenas
might have got away with a travel.
Falling away. That's a bucket. This guy, coach at Youngstown State last year, liked him so much. He loved the zone that they ran against him. He hired him to bring the zone here to Logan, Utah.
That zone, as you mentioned, brings a lot of different man principles, many zone principles. They'll trap in different areas of the floor. Cardenas has but a find from Falslev. He may not have been able to make that play a season ago. Jared Calhoun has really worked with these guys. Instead of it making plays out of sets, make basketball plays.
Cardenas, that's a 3, and he hits it. Hired Eric Hout from Northern Kentucky, who ran that zone against Calhoun the last few years. He liked it so much when he got this job. He said, I'm going to run this in the Mountain West. And they're 15-1 coming into this game.
I think that zone's got a chance to be real successful for them this year as well, because it's kind of a curveball in regards to this league as Cardenas.
But fear not if you're a Utah State fan. They've had some incredible comebacks. Though a turnover there. Cardenas racing down the field, sweeps it up off the glass from Utah Valley. Oh, he misses a free throw. It's a 1-point game. 30 seconds left. One timeout for either team left. Cardenas against Temple. Bowie driving, kicking. Cardenas got it! Big!
Last year, they had to stabilize the point guard position. And they play a little bit more a traditional style of basketball with a true point guard in Cardenas. And look at that. Makes me look good.
That lob over the top.
Here's Bedford. Loses the ball.
is what you don't want to do against Boise State. Let him get out running. Cardenas.
Ace for a young player. Impressed me with that a season ago. He doesn't get sped up.
Speaking of a guy who doesn't get sped up, there's Cardenas with it. Great defense by Jalen Bedford. There's Bowie. And that time turned down the three. Shot clock's winding down. Cardenas has to cook. Floater, got it.
UNLV does have a foul to give if they need to slow down Boise State.
That's one thing that Thomas at times has lost a little bit of focus at the free throw line. They need everything from him. Cardenas.
You're looking for a spark right now.
They have a mouse in the house, so they see it. Degenhart was posting against a much smaller Hill. They didn't get it to him. Cardenas. Movement. Manipulating. Swerving. Floating. Hitting. Block it. Driving. Gets his own rebound again. Offensive rebounds, even with Boise State up by this much, continue to be key for Boise State.
10 offensive rebounds for Boise State to 1 for the Running Rebels.
In all of NCAA basketball. Here's Anderson for three, misses off the front iron, and there's another rebound from Boise State.
Kyle, there's not just length out there. There is some big, thick bodies out there, and I tell you, there's,
inside to Toko Dynamo. 15 points last game, and that's blocked from behind by Buchanan.
Has there been a foul called in today's game yet?
One foul called
by Cardenas.
By Cardenas, yes. But the rest are certainly letting them play.
In the second half.
Yeah, started out the game 0 of 5 from the floor. 2 of his first 2 in the second half. It's down to a 3-point game again. Cardenas gets the handoff from Anderson. They tried to get it back to Anderson. Little mismatch. Of course, a lot of people are mismatch against the 7-footer Anderson. Cardenas for 3, gets it to Rattle.
He's affecting his passing and making him think twice about what passes he's going to throw because they might get tipped.
Oh, we talked about ad nauseum how good of a distributor Cardenas is. But the athleticism of Nesbitt staying right there. But that was a great move by
defensive end, and his offense has followed.
6 points for Allen. 1-point game yet again. 8:45 to go in the second half. And the Cowboys get a stop here. Here's Buchanan. Over to the corner. Lockett Jr. up top to Cardenas. Cardenas goes against Wills. Wills goes flying. What a shot.
That pass to no one in particular. Cardenas the takeaway to the basket and finishes 4 with 3. Running out of time. Hall off balance and hits. No problem. Not pressed. Shot clock off. 4 seconds left. Last looks for the Broncos. Cardenas at the horn. Good to go. Gets the floater at the buzzer. 1-point game. Broncos continue to control the rebounding edge. 34-24 and 15-9 on the offensive glass. It's been a big reason why they've been able to stay in this game and go back in front. Here's Stanley. 3:30 to go, second half. Cardenas takes a little bump and puts it home. Difficult.
Are you wanting him to take a 5-second there instead of risking throwing that ball in, or would you rather see him at least take a chance on that play like that?
Boy, I think you got to. I mean, you got to take the chance because that's how you learn. And he's not going to make that mistake again. But that was a mistake, a bad one.
Teachable moments. Alvaro Cardenas brings it up. 3-point shooting has kept Air Force in this first half.
Yeah, they are not afraid to launch. They run a good, disciplined set. They're open. They're going to shoot it.
Broncos 4 giveaways in the first 9 minutes of this game. 5 to shoot. It'll have to be Cardenas. Oh, he got it! And the Falcons have the lead. They've come all the way back. It was a 26-16 game in favor of Boise State. Since then, Air Force on a 15-2 run.
Yeah, not something I think Boise State fans would have expected.
Broncos can't hold for the last shot of the first half. Cardenas finds the touch.
I thought that first possession of the game and the first possession of the second half was really a way to just set the tone.
Cardenas gets a friendly roll. In 2024, Tyson Degenhardt said he had an impact day one, and you used the words that he used exactly, Brian. He's the engine that makes this team go. Right on cue, he gets right to the for Degenhardt today. Broncos outscoring Air Force 21-6 in the second half. Cardenas give him 13.
Mitchell Saxon and Omar Stanley battle for the tip. Boise State controls, and we are underway from the Mountain America Center. Broncos coming off a tough loss at a neutral site last week against Washington Sides. Broncos get a stop inside. Expect a lot of points this evening. Boise State at over 80 points per game. St. Mary's at 77. Dribble handoff for Alvaro Cardenas. And one in the country. And a recent ESPN article this week. Not there for Dylan Anderson. Redshirt sophomore transfer from the University of Arizona. Cardenas, give him 8. Grenada High School to a Division I state championship game in California. Lone offers were St. Mary's and Cal Baptist. That's it. Playing some big minutes in a big-time non-conference game. Alvaro Cardenas with 2 to shoot. The scoop shot for the point. 7th turnover of the night for St. Mary's. Broncos looking to go back up a couple possessions. They've led for 31 minutes and change in this game. Tyson Degenhardt working on the big man, Mitchell Saxon. This is what the fans paid to see. Cardenas off the crossover. You bet.
A little zone look here. No, straight up man.
But they'll show that, ref. We know they'll show zone and then switch to man, especially coming out of a timeout.
Cardenas against Isaiah Watts, spinning in the paint. Oh, wow, what a finish.
What a night of Price's hands as well there. That's what they like.
Calmes for three. Tough shot off the front of the rim. Degenhart will run down the rebound.
Somebody's got to come get it.
He can handle it.
Covered by Calmes.
He's got to go here.
Yeah, now you got to go in.
Meadow looking into Stanley, nothing there.
Good cut by Cardenas.
Degenhart's got it. When he gets the ball in the middle of the floor, he's got to ISO.
He's got to go.
Cardenas to the basket, off the glass, gets the bounce off the rim. He was recruited at a high school by David Riley's staff, and really has turned into a very good addition for the
He is a force to deal with. He is a force.
Shot clock at 10. Cardenas for three. Count the bucket.
Wow, what a closeout.
He makes that one.
And they don't have their leader out there.
Here's where you got to shot fake the three-point shot and take the hit and go to the line for a three-point shot.
He's going to go to the basket, this kid.
Cardenas goes right in, slips it off the glass.
Did a nice job just hanging around here in the first half.
Yeah, and haven't shot it very well, right? And had a number of very open looks.
Cardenas is a floor general, but he can put the team on
Mexico or Nevada, like those things must be finished.
Boise State 62% from the field. They've only attempted 1 3. Cardenas is 2 for 2.
Oh, that was slick.
Working on the 7-footer. Broncos in transition. Cardenas says thank you very much.
Lockett launches. Raises the rim.
That's not his strength. You can make that, but go inside, big fella. Let the big dog eat inside.
The little dog inside is Cardenas.
Gobin does a great job. Dribble drive. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Boise State in the key and see that here in the first couple of minutes with a few great assists and wide open layups.
Jared Franklin on that last bucket. Tyson Dagenhart opened the scoring for the Broncos. And Drew Meadow, one of the team leaders in offense to start. Alvaro Cardenas with his first take. No foul, he keeps it alive. Anderson. Another offensive board. Cardenas. He's got the range. Franklin. Great defense by the Broncos in the half-court set. Alvaro Cardenas over 5 assists per game. Didn't need it there.
Beasley off the screen. Short on that three-point attempt. I know you really like how Cardenas operates, and look at him attack the rim.
Well, you're talking
5-34. Good start to this second half here for the Dons.
Well, you're the Dons, you can't relax because that's against Boise State. They're too good.
Cardenas, what a move. Thomas to the rim, finishes 20 points for him. And the Dons are feeling it right now. It's 82-67. Cardenas with the finish.
But he showed.
Local basket number 11, Jason Woodbridge.
And the bucket.
Exactly what the Golden Grizzlies needed coming out of halftime. Quick forward run, a couple turnovers you see here.
Alvaro Cardenas. Iva Larua. That's a tough shot, suffocating defense again from Omar Stanley. Alvaro Cardenas, easy off the glass.